And we are at the Emerging Issues Forum with Dawn Tapscott. You are the author of The Digital Economy, and the 20th anniversary edition is out. Welcome to North Carolina Now.
I'm happy to be here.
You were the keynote speaker, and we want to hear a little bit about what you talked about. You said 20 years ago this was the first best-selling book about the digital age. How has it changed in 20 years?
Well, it's actually, I think they say it was the first bestseller about the web. Back then, there was no mobile web because there was no mobility. Telephones had a wire coming out the back. Google was 5 years away in 1994. Amazon and eBay had just come out as the book was being completed. And you flash forward to today, and the digital revolution, we have like 2 billion people on social media, and in the next decade, there'll be 7 billion people using the net. So this is now becoming part of our daily experience. In a sense, the internet is kind of disappearing. It's just, we won't log on anymore. We'll just be surrounded by pervasive technology. And this is both great, but also in rewriting the digital economy for the 20th anniversary edition, I began to realize that there's been a real dark side and a whole set of problems that have emerged as well. So we need to manage this thing to make sure that the smaller world our kids inherit is a better one.
When you think of that culture shift with the good and the bad, how can we manage this? What can we look at to ensure that we're sort of seeing a brighter side of this?
Well, the first thing is that each of us needs to use this technology very deeply. And listen to your kids, you know, they'll get you hooked up. But personal use is a precondition for any kind of comprehension. Actually, I have reverse mentors. They used to be teenagers, they're now in their 20s. About 5 of them, I have formal mentoring relationships. Basically my kids and a few of their best friends. But there are also some big policy issues that we're going to have to come to grips with too.
When we think of privacy in this age, what are we looking at into the future as we see more and more of our data and our information stored? How are people going to be able to handle this, and what do we need to look at?
Well, many people say that privacy is over, so just get over it. And I think that's a very naive point of view, and it's dangerous. Because privacy is a basic right, and it's a foundation of a free society. And we think that governments are benevolent, but they're not necessarily benevolent. The analogy I used in the digital economy was Big Brother is watching you all the time. I think that was only partially right, because the analogy, the better one, is a book called The Trial by Franz Kafka, where this guy gets accused. He doesn't know what his crime is, he doesn't know who's accusing him, and he doesn't know any of the evidence, and he ends up going to jail. So all of a sudden we have these governments that have all this information about us, and something happens. You don't get that dream job. You can't get a visa or something, and you have no idea. Then we also have the problem of little brother, of these corporations that are collecting and creating virtual images of each of us. What does it mean for a company to have perfect information about each of us? So we need to be vigilant managing our own privacy, but that's not enough. We're going to need new understandings in society about what gets done with all this data. You know, I give you data, you get to use it for the purposes for which I gave it to you, but you're not allowed to sell it to others unless you have my permission. Things like that need to be built into our legislation.
So when you look at this technology into the future, you see with business and strategy, crucial to be able to grow and to be innovative and to reconstruct that innovation. How do you see this happening into the future?
Well, the theme of this event is a good one because innovation is the key to not just wealth creation, but to jobs. 80% of new jobs come from companies that are 5 years old or less. And because of the internet, little companies can have all the capability of big companies now without the main, liabilities, big bureaucracy and old cultures and systems and people and so on. So this is a great, wonderful time of entrepreneurship. But again, we need to create the conditions whereby entrepreneurs can succeed. And a big one is whereby they can get funding.
Since you wrote your bestseller in 1985, what has been your biggest surprise as far as technology is concerned?
Well, reflecting on the book 20 years later, and that was only one of 15 books I've written, but reflecting on the digital economy, we've seen the internet deliver a lot of wonderful things over the last 20 years. But in the book, I also said there's a potential dark side here. Technology could lead to unemployment. That's happening. Technology could lead to a greater distribution of wealth, whereby a small group captures it and achieves all the benefit of the digital age. That's happening. I said there is a danger we might lose our basic right to privacy. That's happening. I said there's a danger that our traditional institutions, like our educational institutions and governments and so on, will fight against this as opposed to embracing it to transform themselves. Well, you look around at governments, banks, universities today, they're pretty much the same as they were 20 years ago. There have been changes, but not big ones. So this is a time when we need leadership. And I don't mean leadership from the governor or the president or the CEOs of big companies. I mean, each of us needs to get involved and bring our legitimate expectations and values to the table. And if we do that, then maybe this will be an age of promise fulfilled.
Don Tapscott, thank you so much for joining us on North Carolina Now.
My pleasure.